Hello everyone and welcome back to Russia. I'd like to begin by just pointing out that something rather remarkable has happened in Europe. Austria defeated Bavaria and they have forced them to release Krakow, Poland and Ukraine, possibly Silesia too. I'm not entirely sure which nations were always there to begin with and which ones were released by Austria. Mainly Ukraine and Poland are the ones that are still allied with Austria. But the main thing is Krakow are invading Bavaria and they're actually besieging some of their provinces. Which means that the stars have aligned rather fortuitously. One of the largest threats in Europe that I've faced is not only remarkably vulnerable right now, but we've also just gained the option to implement a national idea that will give us a nice casus belli against that threat. So guess what I'm going to do? Pick up Unum Sanctum and position my troops ready to strike. I'm going to get a few more armies built up because we'll need them. I have no idea how many European nations are going to come to Bavaria's aid. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, okay. I'm going to build 2 new large armies. There's the casus belli. It's very similar to the Holy War casus belli we have against heathens, but it's 2 infamy per province, so not to worry, it's going to take us a while to actually besiege all of these provinces. We'll most likely have to wait till the war with Krakow ends. But once that has taken place, we should have enough infamy left over to actually get a fair few provinces from Bavaria. It will at least weaken them enough so that they should be able to support fewer troops, which is enough of a victory in itself. Okay, so they're allied with Greece, Brittany, Hesse, Magdeburg, Maine, Saxony, Silesia, Würzburg, Venice, and the Hansa. Savoy is the emperor, so we're not going to be facing off against Austria or anything ridiculous like that. Castile may well join in because they are defender of the faith, but they're currently involved with a fair few wars themselves. They actually appear to be warring in India, which is bad news for me. But that's not a problem for today. Right now, we are bringing the pain to Bavaria. So cleansing of heresy, 50% infamy. Let's do this. Tambao. Of all the places, that was probably the worst, as I need these armies to invade Bavaria, not deal with rebels. Grr. Okay, so, well, we know what to do. Let's get in here. I'm just going to join in and spread all my troops around, and then wait for this war to end. So Hesse, Magdeburg, Maine, Saxony, Silesia, Würzburg, and Hansa have all honoured their alliance. So no Castile, which is good. The Hansa... where are the Hansa? Okay, well they're not the huge trade republic that they could be, so they're not as scary as I was expecting them to be. Alright, so let's see how this goes. We can't afford to neglect the other areas of our empire, so I will be continuing to set out the colonists and put down rebellions as they spring up. As long as someone's heading to Obozinski, that's the main thing. Still in a huge rush to expand east. Okay, so we're going to help Krakow to assault this fort. As I say, the main objective is just to spread out troops, not actually worry about assaulting anything ourselves, because it seems that Krakau's got the jump on us, and they're going to be in charge of the majority of territories around here. Just lost a general, and we have some rebels in Sicily, but that's fine, that's hardly a concern. Okay, I should continue building whenever I can. Don't want to neglect that in the throes of war. Okay, how many do we have here? Not enough yet. Well, we have enough for the rebels, of course, but I'd like to just send an overwhelming force and wipe them out straight away and not have to worry about chasing them around the map. Because, frankly, they need to be elsewhere. I also want to make sure that the arms we have in place aren't actually getting any attrition. At the moment we are actually gaining attrition, so I must have more armies that are... Yeah, this is the kind of area that's at risk. So I'll bring you back to Quetta after you've dealt with them in Sicily. Okay, we should have enough now. So all the time we're at war with Bavaria, we'll be appearing a more enticing target for Austria if they are serious about invading us. They haven't lined up a stack of armies against the border, so that gives me a little bit of hope. But not much. Yeah, as I feared, they've actually survived the initial attack and are fleeing to Voronezh. I just want to wipe them out, I don't want to have to waste time chasing them around. Okay, and there we go, they have now been wiped out. So everyone else can group in Mogilev. And I'll send a few troops over just to kind of cover these three provinces here. We have another colonist available, so I'll try Ardabad. Level 6 Theologian, that's quite nice. I once... right, sorry, forgive me, I thought I had a spare seat for an advisor. It's going to be interesting to see how much Krakow take from Bavaria, because they're undoubtedly winning this war. Go away, Timurids. Ah, and we have a slider change. As I said in the last episode, I'm going to reverse course and head towards narrow-mindedness. Pray I don't lose stability. Ah, damn it. That was expected, but it's not really the best time to be losing stability. So 3 years of an extra 1% revolt risk. That's not ideal by any means. Still, can't complain. It's worth it. Of course, Kiev is looking a very appealing province, but they are currently no longer allied with Austria. That is very good. Okay, we can gain from Estland. Where is Estland? That looks pretty good. And that's going to give me a casus belli against Sweden. But then what am I saying? I already had one. They are heretics. Okay, there we go. Yep, increased revolt risks are to be expected. We did lose one stability. War exhaustion's not being an issue though, so we should be fine, hopefully. And we have one more missionary to send out. let's try Ufa. I'm trying to get them based around the armies, so any revolts will be in a place that's fairly easy to reach. Okay, Bavaria have 700 troops fleeing to Vilna, who will be met by my dudes here. Really, we just want 4 troops, so I'll bring you down to Lublin. And that should have everywhere covered. Oh no, you're going to Lublin, so the 9,000, is it? Not quite what I meant, but okay. You can go to Grodno and you can carry on to Lublin. So all of my forces are in place. We just need to wait for the war between Krakow and Bavaria to end. That's quite a trek for them. Ah, lots of cores. This looks wonderful. Oh, rebels. I'm very eager to see how many provinces Krakow are going to take. They're just going crazy and killing everybody. It's great. So yeah, I've deliberately not sent very many people out because I am hoping to avoid the kind of attrition. And I'm failing at that. So it's going to support 3 units, so I should bring some people back. That's fine, that's fine. This is not so fun. Most of my forces actually pulled back right now, but it's fine, it will greatly reduce the amount of attrition we're taking. Ah, and there goes the peace. Bavaria have ceded Lublin and Vlinia. We have a Casaspell against Malacca, your friends and mine. Right, Ghazni. Ghazni, where are you going? Deary me. Seem to be back in a situation where most of my armies are spread far and wide again, which isn't very good. So, right. Let's just take siege, shall we? There we go, the attrition's much lower now, and we're actually reducing that. So I'm going to siege these provinces and see what we'll be able to get from them. Okay, live relative. So we can either execute a relative for treason and lose stability, or gain compromised spy defense for 10 years. I'm sure you should know by now how important stability is to me, so yeah. Let's hope Bavaria don't start sending out spies. Okay, and we just lost our commandant. I think right now it would be sensible to pick up a theologian. And we luckily have a nice level 6 one here, so welcome aboard. So this big stack of men will now march around and just support. Krakow, not stopping with Bavaria, have now just declared war with Kiev. Poland did honour their alliance, so they're now in the chopping block as well. admire your stubbornness, but you're not getting peace. That's neat. Okay, that's good. Things seem to be settling down here nicely. He says there's some rebels pop up. Yep, success. Assault. Yeah, there goes Ukraine. They didn't last very long. Oh, we still have Carpathia, of course. Allied with Poland. I believe, I'm not sure now, but yes, they are still part of our culture group. They're Ruthenian. So, well, yeah, it's Ukraine, obviously. So that's well worth an invasion. It all depends on how much we're allowed to take from Bavaria, how much they're willing to give up. Given how the majority of their lands are over here, and these are just the kind of provinces, we may not be allowed many provinces in a peace treaty. We'll definitely see. Okay, Ghazni. How's Kutch coming along? 976, not far to go. And the forts, how are they? There's one in Vyazma and one in Beloozeroo, and that should give me a pretty decent defensive line. It should allow attrition time to do its work. Okay, so let's bring everyone back. Bavaria offering to end the vassalization of Magdeburg. I prefer land, can't lie. So Ruthenia is actually Polish. Okay. Looks like we have a problem with some rebels here, but fortunately we should have more people on the way. But they seem to be taking a very long route around because they can't march through Krakow's territory. Yeah, we actually lost that fight, but fortunately the troops survived. Warsaw, so I'm hoping we'll be enough to get the province from them, at least. But we may be unlucky. Okay. Okay, you guys all head up back here and I'll rearrange you again. So, 31% war score, what are you going to give me? Ooh. Just the one province, eh? We could get 2 if we pick up Ruthenia. The cheapest provinces aren't actually along our border, and I do want to kind of keep... I don't want to have any countries blocking off access to certain parts of the Empire, naturally. So, okay, Ruthenia isn't Russian, so there isn't a very strong motivation to pick it up. It's a grain province too. Galicia would appear to be a very nice addition to the Empire. It's producing wool. Minsk, however, with the naval supplies. Okay, let's have a look what we can do. Okay, it seems everyone that's involved in this war is actually a vassal of Bavaria, so we can't really piece anybody else out. So whilst they're getting owned by Brandenburg, of course, what am I thinking? We can't actually get there, can we? Get military access from Krakow, which will allow us to head through Silesia because we're at war. So yeah, okay. You guys all continue heading north. Kaffa and Tambo, right. Silesia here, losing men to Brandenburg. And I think what the most sensible thing to do would be to just spread out all of my troops. More rebels into Volsk. Once again, we just need to keep an eye on the rest of the Empire, make sure it doesn't collapse whilst we're expanding westwards. Kutch is 4 colonists away from popping, which will allow me to start colonising Kaffa. Okay, I've been neglecting Muscowy, what a surprise. Missionary... Let's try Kurgan. And we'll prepare Muscowy for a counting house. So I'm going to take these 9,000 troops and position them around about Bavaria's capital, which is in München. And whilst these kind of smaller troops besiege these provinces, they'll be on hand to just mop up any troops that they may try to rebuild whilst we're sieging those provinces. Okay, so Kutch has defected, which is marvellous. And we have 2 revolts in Bursa and Jaipur. So, I can get a colonist sent to Kaffa, put down the revolts in Jaipur, and try and find the other rebellion. Where are you? Ah, Bursa, yes, of course. Unfortunately, guys, Thrace is Orthodox, so we can't use this new casus belli we have to declare war against them. Byzantium, though, is in fact Protestant, so we could declare war and pick up Macedonia, which I will be doing as soon as possible, I think. Okay, attrition is way under control. Bavaria is still interested in peace. And there we go, they have the peace with Brandenburg. So right now we're besieging all of these provinces. We're getting quite a few level 1 forts, a couple of level 2s here. So the level 1s should fall fairly quickly. They're going to try and rebuild their armies, but we've got troops positioned in the majority of their territory, so it shouldn't take too long. Ghazni has defected. Excellent. Timurid presence decreases. Copper will be produced. That's a very nice resource for us to have. Ah, this large army I have is stuck. However, Brandenburg are willing to give us access, which is good. It's nice to see people willing to be on good terms with us, despite how much the rest of the world hates us. Okay, so let's continue on. I actually think it would be worthwhile just splitting up these troops in half and just starting the siege of these provinces. And some more discoveries. Manchu have warned us. That's interesting. I'd be happy to go to war against Manchu. They're not very powerful. However, they are allied with Ming, and Ming is scary. They normally have a massive army. They start with the largest in the world. And yeah, it's still half as big as Austria. Not quite half as much as we do, but yeah, it's still going to be a huge distraction and not one I require. So the longer this war goes on, the more infamy we're actually burning, so we may be able to demand some more from them. I think here. That's going to be plenty enough to stop them from building any more troops. It is unfortunate they have no border provinces, coastal provinces, sorry, because if we could blockade a single port, that would do us a lot of good. Okay, I believe I was planning to build some boats as well, but it seems I've forgotten about that. So I shall get them started. Okay, yeah, some more production-based buildings. See the sieges here coming along quite nicely. And yeah, we're running into deficits. That's interesting. Just undo some of my deflationary efforts and just start minting a little bit. At least until December, just to get the treasury back up again. So yeah, I don't feel too good about prolonging this war because, you know, we were appearing weak and busy to Austria, who may well just decide to declare war again. But hopefully our luck will hold out as it has done so far. Okay, Kabulistan, Norway appears to have shown up in Iceland here. They have none of Scandinavia. More people begging for peace. Poor Bavaria. They went from being like one of the third most powerful army in the world to having absolutely nothing in a matter of years. And this was nothing to do with me, this was all down to Austria just raping them, and be right back, guys. Sorry guys, I'm back. now Kutch is in our control. We should get some merchants out here. Pretty valuable province. Okay, what's happening? Loansfetcher, or we've won the siege of Oberpfalz, Sudety, Dresden, and Medina has hired an alderman. Fascinating. Okay, good. More discoveries. Less terra incognita. Marvellous stuff. So how's it looking now? Much improved. 46% still. These few provinces must be worth tons. Unless, of course, what am I saying? We'd need to occupy their vassals and lesser union members. Okay, so what could we get now, I wonder? That would be a nice addition, I can't lie. Trade goods aren't as desirable, but it would kind of lead to a nice little border, I suppose. That is the most important thing in this game, just having nice looking borders. So if you weren't going to give up provinces, what would you do? We could cause you to lose some vassals. Releasing Lithuania would be quite worthwhile actually, because it would give us a little buffer against them. We could turn them Orthodox, however they're a member of the Holy Roman Empire, so it's not unlikely that the Emperor would just ask them to convert back and they would agree. Another successful siege. The capital is the only one that appears to take time, so I may consider actually assaulting it. Once we gain the capital, that will help a lot. You can see their war exhaustion is skyrocketing as well, which is good, of course. Let's try an assault. Interrupted by a troop being built. Looking good, there we go. Alright. Let's send you back home. What's that? 63%. Okay, it should only be a few more days before the following two provinces fall. Looks like some of their vassals are actually coming in. Okay, we get 100 ducats. Very nice. I'm not having this. Come back. Put them down. Okay, now you can head. Okay, we've been paid. I can send out a missionary. We don't seem to have had much luck with conversions at the moment, so we do have quite a lot of missionaries in the field. Yep, there's Bamberg. There's only one more province remaining, not including any vassals or other. Okay, I passed over that last event because I was in a rush to deal with those rebels, but what happened was we just got a border province event against Thrace, which means we can get Constantinople for 50% infamy. So this is looking fantastic for Russia. Oh, I can't believe how things have turned around. Normally this is when things go terribly wrong, but for now things are good. Rest. Okay, that's everything taken care of. So, our men can come home and we can see what we'll get from Bavaria. We've got 100% war score now, so let's go wild. Looking at nice 6 infamy here for these 3 provinces, and I would like to keep some infamy back so we can take Constantinople. I don't know. I kind of like the border I've got here. What should I do? Okay, I'm going to take Minsk and Polisia because it's going to create a nice looking border, leaving Volhynia and Kiev open for conquest. Ruthenia is Polish, so I have no need to go this far west. So, yeah, that, in theory, should be a nice little border. Okay, so if I take Minsk and Polisia, what will that allow me to do to Bavaria to weaken them sufficiently to prevent them from threatening me again? Releasing Lithuania would be the obvious choice. That would drive them back far enough that they wouldn't have any interest in us. But they're not willing to do that and let us have these provinces. So let's just free a few nations. Take a bit of money. Okay. So there we go. We'll gain 2 provinces. 4 infamy, which will leave us enough to take Constantinople, and Bavaria are going to lose 3 of their vassals. Hesse is a pretty powerful nation, so it will hurt them not having them to come to their aid. They're in no way crippled, let's not be under any illusions here, but we've definitely helped things along. This is definitely a good result. So everyone will come back to Mogilyof in preparation of being reorganised. Check out the new borders here. And I will prepare to take out Constantinople. We have until... okay, I can't see how long that casus belli will last. I don't think. No. So, yeah, that's an episode for now. Join me next time when we finally make a move on the City of Desire. The City of the World's Desire, I should say. Although, who knows what could get on there. Okay, thank you for watching, guys. See you next time.